What are you doing staring at my parliamentary procedure? Resources audience. That is mighty studious of you. Well, I guess for some of you, you just got done with contests, so you've been eating it, breathing it, living it, and sleeping it, basically. For those of you who competed in Parley, congratulations. That is a rather competitive contest, and there's a lot to learn in it. Well, for those of you who haven't competed, hopefully one day you will get the opportunity to at least learn your Parley. But today I'm not here to talk to you about Parley. I'm here to talk to you about order and structure, though, similar to parliamentary procedure. This March, I was preparing to run for state officer interviews. And while I was preparing, I was practicing practice interview questions, and my advisor was giving me different worksheets to jog my memory and make me start thinking more about leadership in a broader span. Well, one day he gave me this worksheet and he said, "Here, Hannah, I want you to fill this out." And I walked over to it and I picked it up and I looked at it. And on it, there was a blank line, and then there were 5 boxes underneath of it. And I looked at him and I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And he took it back, and in the blank line above it, it said, the 5 steps of blank. And he wrote the word leadership, and he gave it back to me. And I looked at him like he was crazy, and I was like, what are you, there's not steps to leadership, you just do it. And he's like, just go home and think about it. So I did. I went home, and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about it some more, and thinking about it some more. And I just kept thinking my advisor was crazy, crazier, and craziest for giving me this worksheet and telling me, you have to come up with 5 steps of leadership. Well, that night I was sitting at home on my bedroom floor, and I had all my homework spread out all over me because I had a whole bunch that night. And I kept coming back to this worksheet. And I kept thinking about it and thinking about it. And then I started thinking not so much of steps, but what a good leader does to be effective. And I just started kind of thinking about that and kind of jogging my memory on, okay, so what are things that I do as a chapter president to lead my chapter or my officer team? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it hit me, and I came up with the 5 steps of leadership. Now, every person that you ask, this may vary between each person, but generally it's going to be among the same lines, it's going to be the same concepts. Step 1 is learn. You've got to be willing to learn as a leader, because leadership is a lifelong development. It doesn't take a day, it takes a lifetime. If you're not willing to learn from your other officers or from your chapter members, then you can never grow as a person or as a leader. The second step is connection. You have to get to know your fellow officers or your followers. Get on a personal level with them, because the more personable you are with them, the more receptive they are to your leadership, the more they're open to working with you to get something done. Step 3 is communicate. You have to be able to effectively relay ideas or strategies to your officer team or your followers. In turn, you must be willing to do the other side of that. If people come to you with ideas or strategies or something different, maybe a suggestion, then you have to be willing to sit there and listen to them and really take into consideration what they're having, because chances are they may have an idea that you hadn't thought of, or they might have seen a problem come up with, or a possible problem with a possible solution that you had. So working together with other people, you can bring ideas back to your chapter to become more successful. The 4th step is envision. You have to be able to set goals for not only yourself, but for your chapter. If you have goals set in mind, then you are able to get on a path to success. And you have to be able to really just set forward, and once you make a goal, you have to keep it focused. You have to be able to envision what you want your chapter to be in order to get it done. And step 5 is act. Once you've completed steps 1 through 4, then you're finally ready to act. You are able to step up and take charge, and you're ready to go in the direction that you need to go to be successful. After all, you're not going to just move forward if you don't act. If you're not willing to do the grunt work behind it, then you're not going to be a successful leader, because if you aren't able to get up and act on what you say you think needs done, then your followers aren't going to be willing to follow. So, of those 5 steps, 1 is learn, 2, connection, 3, communicate, 4 envision, and 5 act. If you follow those 5 steps, you're going to be able to become a stronger leader. And you're going to be able to be a more effective and a more successful leader, because you're going to be able to communicate with people and get things done. And a good way to really sum it up is the FFA motto. It's 4 short lines: learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve. If you're willing to follow the motto, and not just the FFA, but everything you do, and you remember those 5 steps of leadership and kind of keep them in your mind, keep your mind turning over them, then you're going to in turn see a lot more success and cooperation within your chapter and your officer team and your other endeavors, and be able to pull together and be way more successful. So I challenge you to do that. Keep our motto in mind. Keep those 5 steps. And to all of you who have not yet had your banquet, good luck with that and enjoy it. Seniors, enjoy these last few days or weeks that you have left, and I will see you for our next video. Have a good day.